I'm going to recite a story today. The story is titled Who's the Snake? It's about three people. One's Tom, he's a cat. Another's Jerry, he's a rat, she's a rat. And then there's Toodles, she's a dog. They live in a world that's divided into two parts. One is happiness, the other is a jungle. So they live in a jungle, everybody else lives in happiness. So they decide this jungle is enough for us, this is our heaven. But the jungle and the happiness, they are separated by a door. This door is guarded by snakes. So the jungle also has snakes. These snakes, they know how to enter from the jungle to happiness. But Jerry warns Tom that please beware of snakes. They only give poison pills, so the solution that they give is poison. And Jerry's word was super important because Tom and Jerry, they're the best of friends. They tease, they banter, they are the best of friends, they trust each other. When you bond so madly, the next step is love. But the love here happens between Tom and Toodles because attraction always trumps friendship in terms of love. So this is the sort of love that transcends two breeds. One's a cat, the other's a dog. It kind of unshackles life. The next step here could have been marriage. It is, but Toodles marries a dog. So Tom's aghast that even inside heaven, casteism and breedism trumps. But they stay the best of friends, these people too, until one night there's a knock on Tom's door. So Tom runs, there's Toodles, she's in trouble. She comes and discusses her problem, they solve it, she goes back. The world sees, the world gossips. Next morning, Toodles, she's cut Tom off from his life. Now Tom's aghast again. Of course, Jerry would be having to listen to a lot of things, but if he hadn't been a good friend that night, they would still be friends because people would not have seen them. If he hadn't answered a call for help that night, they would still be talking to each other. Now life is irony. Next morning what happens is, Jerry, she goes back to happiness. So what Tom learns here is that if you listen to other people, the door to happiness opens. So basically you have to mingle with other people, be a yes man here. This is completely different to the approach that he wants to live with. He becomes a worse version of himself. They fight like dogs and cats before living. And their relationship, their friendships ruin forever. Once the red mist of anger shifts, Tom realizes that there is more to life and he has to become a better man. So he starts interacting with other people inside the jungle. He starts becoming a better man, a more social man. But the more he talks, the more he realizes that this jungle has poison. Not just with the snakes, but the trees as well. There are problems here. He has to make this world a better place. So he decides to take it on himself. Unaware what Kafka has said about a man taking on the world. He'll lose. However, along the way, his friendship with Jerry grows symbiotic because she's there with him, for him, every step of the way. Now what has happened is Tom was changing himself. But now he's falling back into the same patterns. He's trying to interact with people, finding problems, trying to solve them, offending people again, becoming lonely again, becoming dependent upon Jerry again. Of course, the relationship is getting stronger, but that's the only relationship that's getting stronger. Next step again could have been love, but he's still in trauma from the past relationships. He feels that friendship's safer, which is not. Every relationship comes with a different set of problems, with a different set of risks. Until one day, he sees that Jerry is interacting with a snake. Now this is shocking for him because Jerry had told him that the snakes are poison. So he realizes that Jerry has grown tired of his wars too. She wants to migrate to happiness too. So they fight like dogs and like cats and rats too. And in the end, this relationship is ruined too. Now this time he realizes he has to save this. Why? Because family is not the only thing that's important. Friends are our caregivers. In this world, despite not being blood relationships, they help us along the way. And to be honest, life is nothing but people. This jungle was happiness because of people, the two people that he had with him. And now he was about to lose the second one as well. So Jerry, however, she's no longer into it. She has migrated to happiness as well. So what he does is, he goes to the snake who knows the way to happiness. He bows down before him, he tells him the problem. Now Jerry had warned him not to do that. What the snake does is, he takes info from him, goes back, conveys it to Jerry in another form, and Jerry actually invites a snake into happiness and the doors close forever. Now Tom's left in the jungle alone. What we learn from this is, these snakes, they are playing the role of people around us. They are out there to hijack our happiness, to hijack our relationships. They are opportunists. But are they the snakes or are we the snake? That our anger, our sense of idealism, the fact that our approach is the right approach, which in this case was Tom was thinking all along the way, his sense of idealism, was that the snake which made him hurt two people that were closest to him? Or is it the society that is the snake? Because it teaches us how to hunt for jobs, how to get education, how to fight, but it never teaches us how to handle relationships and conflicts with people. So with that question, I leave you people.